Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. And now we are approaching to the paragraph number 3 and 4 of the summary. And these two paragraphs, paragraph 3 and paragraph number 4, both will relate to the explanation of the summary question. In introduction, in overview, we have made three questions in the class, and we have given the test of 3 questions as well. So in total, before start of this learning of writing explanation, we have covered 6 questions for introduction, 6 questions for overview. Now, as we are learned to how to write the overview and how to write the introduction, we are on para number 3 of the summary and para number 4 of the summary. And these both paragraphs 3 and 4 will relate to the explanation. I have already explained it, but just get a recap. I told you people that in explanation, we have to write 2 paragraphs. Para number 1 and para number 2 means this will be summary para 3 and this will be summary para number 4. We will spend 5 minutes here and we will spend 5 minutes here. Okay, so 5 minutes on para 3, 5 minutes on para 2. If data will be old, we will use the past tense. As here the data is older, belongs to 1990, we will use the past tense in writing the explanation both in para 3 and para number 4. What should we do? 3 countries are given in the picture, and the same we have written in the overview as well. We will explain 2 countries, Australia and contrasting country, European Community, in paragraph number 3, and then we will write Canada in paragraph number 4. This is the first. Second, what is good to write? What is good? How it will look beautiful to write? We will take Australia and we will write 2 sentences on Australia. Sentence number 1, we will write on Australia, in which we will write that the wheat export of Australia was this much in 1985, which slightly went up to approximate figure of this one, and then there was followed by a continuous fall thereafter. It will be sentence number 1, in which we will write 2 years and the following trend. The sentence number 2 will contain all rest of the year's figures in commas. Okay. For an example, what I'm saying, I'm going to write the paragraph number. I'm going to write the paragraph number 3 of the question. Paragraph number 3, and this will be explanation paragraph, in which I'm going to explain 2 variables. And I have told you people already that whenever we will start this paragraph, we will start with a word to initiate with. Now I'm going to convert this thing in Urdu. हम अब लिखने जा रहे हैं पैराग्राफ नंबर 3. पैराग्राफ नंबर 3 में हम एक्सप्लेनेशन लिखेंगे. हम एक्सप्लेनेशन में 2 कंट्रीज पैराग्राफ नंबर 3 में एक्सप्लेन करेंगे और 1 कंट्री पैराग्राफ नंबर 4 में. जो 2 कंट्रीज पैराग्राफ नंबर 3 में एक्सप्लेन करेंगे वो होंगे ऑस्ट्रेलिया और यूरोपियन कम्युनिटी, जो कंट्रास्टिंग वेरिएबल्स हैं, और कनाडा को हम करेंगे पैराग्राफ नंबर 4. हम शुरू करेंगे यहाँ टू इनिशिएट विद, और पहले कंट्री का नाम लिखेंगे और हर कंट्री पे 2-2 सेंटेंस लिखेंगे. फॉर एग्जांपल, ऑस्ट्रेलिया के पहले सेंटेंस में हम लिखेंगे पहले 2 years, और फिर उसके बाद लिखेंगे कि फॉलोड बाय कंटिन्यूअस फॉल, और फिर सेकंड सेंटेंस में हम बाकी कंट्रीज को कॉमास लगा के फिगर्स को पूरा कर देंगे. मिसाल के तौर पे टू इनिशिएट विद ऑस्ट्रेलिया, comma, the wheat export stood at 15 million tons in 1985, which slightly halka sa went up to about 16 MT in 1986, followed by 1986, followed by a continuous fall thereafter. Thereafter, full stop. So now, as it was an approximate figure, we have written a word about. I have given you 16 words for approximations, and in this question, there are almost 14 approximations given by the examiner. Look at this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 approximations are given by the examiner in this question. 14 approximations होती है, मैंने आपको 16 synonyms लिखवाए, लेकिन इसका मतलब ये नहीं कि मैं 14 के 14 वर्ड या 16 के 16 synonyms यूज कर लूं। मैं ये कहना चाह रहा हूं कि अगर आपने एक सेंटेंस में एक बार अप्रोक्सीमेटली लगा दिया और आपको पता है बाकी सारी फिगर भी अप्रोक्सीमेशन में, तो एक बार लगाना भी काफी है। सो पहला सेंटेंस मैंने लिख के दिया, टू इनिशिएट विद ऑस्ट्रेलिया, कमा the wheat exports stood at 15 million ton in 1985, which slightly went up to about 16 million ton in 1986, followed by a continuous fall thereafter. तो मैंने पहले 2 साल और फिर मैंने कंटिन्यूसली ट्रेंड लिख दिया, जो आगे कंटिन्यूटी में ट्रेंड आ रहा था वो लिख दिया। So now what I will do now, sentence number 2. The figure was approximately 14 million tons in 1987, 13 million tons in 1988, with 11 million tons in both 1989 and 1990, full stop. And that's all about the Australia's explanation. Look it carefully. ध्यान से देखें जनाब, ऑस्ट्रेलिया में 2 सेंटेंस पूरे किए मैंने। ध्यान से देखें, एक सेंटेंस में मैंने पहले 2 साल और फिर उसका ट्रेंड लिख दिया, दूसरे सेंटेंस में मैंने बाकी सारे ईयर्स एक अप्रोक्सीमेशन के साथ कमाज लगा के पूरे कर दिए हैं। आई थिंक दिस विल बी ओके इन फ्रंट ऑफ यू। So now, move ahead to the European community. Again, I will write 2 sentences. In first sentence, I will explain again, as I told you, I will explain these 2 years and then the trend. And in the second sentence, I will explain all of the rest of the 4 years, as I did here in the first verse. But if you see here, this increase was given a name slightly. This decrease will be given a name minor because it was small. If you see, this is a bigger increase. We will use a word, rapid, to reflect examiner that we know that what is the difference between a small and what is the difference between a large movement in the figures. Okay, so I will add a condition word here. So now I'm going to write the next sentence. लिख रहा हूं जनाब यूरोपियन कम्युनिटी पे सेंटेंस, और हमने दरम्यान में देखा यहाँ इंक्रीज थोड़ी ज्यादा है, तो हम रैपिड का वर्ड यूज करेंगे, यहाँ इंक्रीज थोड़ी कम थी तो हमने स्लाइड का वर्ड यूज किया। ओके, हेडिंग टुवर्ड्स European community, comma, in 1985, comma, the wheat export total was at nearly, because it is an approximation, nearly 17 million tons, which dropped a little to 14 million tons in 1986, backed by, first we use the word followed by, now we are using the word backed by a gradual lift thereof, gradual lift onwards. In first country, I use the word of thereafter. In the second country, I have used the word onwards to avoid repetition. In first country, for continuity, I use the word continuous fall. Now I have used the word gradual lift. So try not to repeat the sentences. I have given you the vocabulary of the synonym by myself. If somebody feels problem of the vocabulary words, go to Google and write over there. Go to YouTube, write vocabulary for writing exam by Zeeshan. I have given these all synonyms in writing by myself in my lecture, and that is available on the YouTube as well, and you people are having by yourself. So now, in the second sentence, we are going to cover all of the rest of the years. The export was same at 15 million tons in both 1987 and 1988, while this climbed rapidly to 19 million tons in 1989, with 21 million tons in 1990, full stop. So the paragraph number 1 is over. I have explained two countries, Australia and European community. उर्दू में दो कंट्रीज ऑस्ट्रेलिया और यूरोपीय कम्युनिटी मैंने एक्सप्लेन कर दी है, और दोनों कंट्रीज में मैंने दो दो सेंटेंस लिखे हैं बच्चों. ओके, सो आई एम गोइंग फॉर पैराग्राफ नंबर 4, एंड दिस पैराग्राफ विल बी फॉर कैनेडा. ओके, कैनेडियन एक्सपोर्ट. अब हम इसमें लिखेंगे मूविंग ऑन टू कैनेडा, बिकॉज हेडिंग टुवर्ड्स पहले यूज हो चुका है. Moving on for Canada, and then we will write the export figure was near to this one in 1985, which had a minor drop to this one in 86, chased by a steady rise thereafter. Full stop. The figure was this one in 87 and this one in 88. Full stop. Make 3 sentences even, small sentences. Do not go for so big sentences when there is haphazard in the trend. जब trend बहुत ज़्यादा ऊपर नीचे हो रहा हो तो लंबे sentences इसलिए ना बनाएं कि गलती grammar की होने का chance है. Third sentence में we will say that. In third sentence we will say that 89 was a year of drastic drop, drastic dip. I have told you when there is a big steep decline, we use the word drastic dip. Okay. 1989 was a year of drastic dip, followed by a handsome recovery to this way. So this will be what we will be explaining in the last paragraph of the summary regarding Canada. Moving on to Canada, comma, the wheat export was roughly means it is not exact, was roughly 19 million tons in 1985, which decreased a bit. Bit means synonym of slightly. Okay, decrease a bit to 17 million tons in 1986, chased by 1986, chased by synonym of followed by, backed by, chased by a steady lift, in following years, पीछे आने वाले सालों में. Okay, full stop. The export settled at an estimated, because it is an approximation again, settled at an estimated figure or an estimated amount of 21 million tons in 1987, with 25 million ton in 1988, full stop. 1989 was a year of drastic dip with close to 14 million tons, followed by a handsome recovery to near to, because it is an approximation, near to 19 million tons in 1990, full stop, and that's all. If I talk about the paragraph number 1 of the explanation, this has 103 words, and I told you in the introduction that this will be somewhat at 100. This is with a single variable, and this will be somewhat at the 60 words, and this is of 70. So now if I count down the total words that I have written for this question for you people, so these are 100 in paragraph number 3, 17 paragraph number 4. What I did with the overview yesterday, it was a 65. So it is 170 along with 65. It is 235. With the introduction of 35 words, it takes to about 270 words. What we were to write? We were to write only 150 words in minimum. So we did not bother more. In response to 150 words, we have written. In response to 150 words, we have written 270 words, almost double in that. But we did not bother ourselves. We have followed the formula only. What the formula was? Paraphrase the first sentence of the question, add title into it, it will be the introduction. Then for overview, I told you, just name the variables in the picture and trends and changes in the variables and just leave it. And then in explanation, what we did? We explained each and every step of the line that was given in the shape of the dot. So it is a way of writing the introduction. And then the overview. And today it was the explanation. You people are more than welcome to ask me any question. I would be very, very happy to answer the question. I have no problem.